But no, when you think of it all, the cowls and flu, people are getting on it straight into the chemist.
Oh, God.
And tablets, this yolk, that yolk, limb sips, everything. Look at all the yolks I have there.
I'm sure to see him.
Creams for this and creams for that. But you think of all our people below in the bog. I think it was 1877 they moved down to that York and Ring bog. I mean, the stone cottage with the thatch roof, at least it would have been warm.
Yeah, it would be good to be warm, yeah.
It would have been warm, but you could imagine the damp.
Oh, yeah, but I suppose they'd have a waffle fire.
They'd have a waffle fire, they'd have to, but it'd still be dampy. The fire's only in one room.
Was there some row over that at McCormick's owned it or something? Is that the store like you do?
No.
No.
What happened was, what happened was, because it's bogland, it's public land.
Right.
Nobody owned it.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But John the Clock, our great-grandfather, he built that cottage there.
Right.
And they reckon every time they got the walls up, 3 foot, they come back the next morning and all knocked down.
Sure.
Some old fella, he was in with the fairies or something, and he said, look, you're building that on a fairy path. He said, the fairies path here.
Right.
Because Gavican's field is the fairy field there.
Right.
And they're going through there up to the bog. And, well, what can I do about it, says John. Well, you may go and ask them. He says, leave a bit of pipe tobacco. He says, in at the fairy bush. He says, and maybe a little suppy and a whiskey. He says, and I guarantee you, he says, come back. He says, leave it a few days. He says, come back and then start building. Because he did, and had no problem at all. The walls were left up. But anyway, he got it up. And back in them days, now that was 1850s when that was built.
Yeah.
£40 would have built it.
That was.
And because the next thing was, him and Essie had 10 children. 9 of them survived. And 1 died in infancy. And it was then that the McCormicks came along. He was there 12 years before the McCormicks came along.
Right.
Now, there was 4 or 5 McCormicks in it. And he was on his own, and he just had his kids were all in nippers like. So the next thing was, they used to let his cattle out. He reclaimed all that land. He from my father told me, all the way from Andy Gavican's across the road there, all back to Jimmy Farrell's was all his. John, that's some stretch of land. There'll be a couple of 100 acres in that.
No 40-hour week there.
No, and anyway, the next thing was he fought them off for 2 years to let his cattle out, to throw stones at his fucking windows and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And he could bait them up in 1s or 2s, but the whole 4 of them would come back and bait him up then, you see.
Yeah.
I went on for about 2 years and they couldn't stick it any longer. So he took them out, the kids out, and he built a hut above there. And imagine there were 63 years in that hut.
Right.
And
Was a fair spell, wasn't it?
but they never had nothing in the line of medicine. There was no such a thing.
Yeah, no.
And you know how we taught the kids to get to there was a mass pass, they used to call it, that the people at the parish that live, say, out in Rathgarrett up here and Ring, would they all come across the fields, you see, and they had a pass.
Right.
And that was to stopped them walking in across farmers' fields. They all kept to the
Oh,
one
yeah,
path,
yeah,
you see.
they weren't more, yeah.
But the old clock was having problems getting the 9 of them to remember the way in from the hut. Because they reckon it was a lovely place. They're all looking up at the birds and everything, and the next thing picking hazelnuts and crab apples and whatever. But didn't he counted, and I think there was 10 fields. No, there was 9 fields, and he had 9 children. So he got 9 apples. And now there would be big fields. Every field he got to, I said to them, here you are now, share that apple between you, and they'd all have a bite. And it'd be that, an apple was that gorgeous to a child in them days.
Oh, of course it was.
That it was pure. It was like all your yolks had come together.
Yeah.
And the kids would be eating this and wouldn't they remember when they were eating it. They weren't looking up at the trees and watching the hares and the rabbits. And they reckon the hares used to come down from the bog and they'd be all fucking down along the low banks and everything.
Yeah.
And they reckon it was full of deer as well.
Thank God, I never thought of that.
And every field, he gave them another apple. And they ate, and that's how they remembered
12.
to get to the chapel every Sunday.
Right.
So that was that. Then our grandfather was the youngest. He was born in 1877. But I reckon the old clock went back and done something to the McCormicks, because he got 2 years in prison. Oh, he did, yeah. He was locked up for 2 years. Oh, God, he was. And, Jesus, he would have been up. And there was a poem I seen somewhere, and it said, Fury, the clock fury and the fan.
Yeah.
And I thought, jeez, it took me years to work that one out. And wasn't it the Fan River above him?
Wasn't the Fan McCormick?
No, Fan, F-A-N.
Right.
Did you ever know where that was?
No, it's a hole.
It's up the bog somewhere.
Oh, I know, there's a river goes to it starts below on Bunnakill down there and goes off down to Ratcher Bridge, and the water's flowing still and flying.
Yes, well that's the Fan.
If you go down to Bunnakill here, down
Yeah.
where I'd be every day, the water's flying. I said, I don't know where it's coming from.
No, that'll be coming from, that'll be draining the bog.
Oh, I told you, that's where it is coming from. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Christ, draining the bog was right. She was all draining. Now, didn't he tell you, Lord of mercy, you know? Poor old Dinny, he was grand old fella.
He was.
He was fond of him.
He was.
I'd be off down there talking to him, you know.
But, he was a great runner, didn't he?
Oh, he was good at that.
Oh, Jesus, he was a great runner, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was a great athlete.
He was.
He could look at Paddy ringing through now, Lord Jesus.
Paddy's ringing you.